Hi, my name is Rose Reveley. I'm a Vedic astrologer, and I'm here today talking about the sign of Gemini. It's your birthday. Happy birthday, Gemini. So if you were born between June 15th and July 15th, that means the sun was transiting through the constellation of Gemini. The sun represents the soul and the spirit. It's also called the Atman of who you are. And so where the sun is in your chart is where you will shine. And having your birthday between June 15th and July 15th in the sign of Gemini, we're going to be talking about the characteristics, the qualities of Gemini today. I'm on a birthday quest, so I'm going to be doing everyone's birthday video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Okay, bright lights, big city. That's what I think of when I think of Gemini and my Gemini friends. Geminis love to be where the action is. Gemini, you are an air sign, and this makes you friendly, outgoing, witty, very talented in communicating, and you also have these inventive characteristics. The symbol for Gemini, the one that you'll see probably the most, is the twins. And it shows twins because Gemini is a sign of duality, okay, of duality. Now, there is an older symbol for Gemini, and you'll see many, but usually there will be two, okay? Again, this represents the duality. But there's an older sign that shows a male holding a club and a female holding a violin-like instrument. Again, we get the idea of both sides of the coin, right? And so Gemini, you can see both sides of any situation. No matter what, you can always see both sides of it. And so you can hold duplicate thoughts in your mind at the same time. This is one of your many gifts, is being able to do this. So also this very much mental thinking and focusing process can make you restless and also needing movement. I'm sure you recognize this. Thinking and motion seem to be the sweet spot for Geminis because boredom is not tolerated. And really, you feel variety is the spice of life, right? Geminis love to travel, and traveling gives them that edge, and it gives the opportunity to combine movement with thought. And so this is the reason that many Geminis make excellent tour guides. If you've ever been on a tour and you recognize the talent that is involved with someone walking and talking and feeding you constant information. And a lot of times it's so interesting and fascinating. Now, Geminis like, again, variety, but they like different places to go, different, people to talk to. Your Gemini friends probably have or know a lot of people, right? Because they like to keep things moving and interesting. So if you're ever having a challenge, or you're putting an event together and you want, it's important to you for it to go off very well and for everyone to have a fantastic time, and you want to keep things moving, you want to invite your Gemini friends because that is their gift. They will keep the party moving. They will keep things going. And so they like to keep the ball rolling. No awkward moments. And if there would be, it would just be glossed over amazingly and forgotten about. So you want your Gemini friends to help you out with these kinds of events. If you ever want to put a positive spin on something that you might not be feeling that positive about, say in your own personal life, your Gemini friends will help you do that. They are the masters at spin, right? And so they can take something that, it's just you might not be feeling that great about it, but after you talk to them, they can make you feel like, hey, there is a silver lining here that you might not have seen. And so that's really always nice about our Gemini friends, right? Because you're focused on thinking and communicating, you make the most incredible reporters, newscasters, meteorologists, people who are reporting and giving the news. Because you're so skilled at moving from one topic to the next. Mercury is your ruling planet, and it is a very fast moving planet. It is second only to the moon in our charts. And another excellent career choice for Geminis is the legal area or lawyers, because you're so good at seeing both sides of the coin. You can argue either one of those and do it equitably and fairly, and a person would see, hey, yeah, that's right, and then, oh yeah, that's right too. So you're very gifted at that. Now here's something I've noticed about my Gemini friends. They're not really attached to, or let's just say they can be detached. And I think that this enables them to let go of like, say, outdated ideas or things that no longer work. Letting go of something that's old and moving it into something that's more productive or something that works better. So because remember, you are the idea, you're the think tank, you're the idea creator of the zodiac. And so you're looking for new ideas, new ways of doing things. You're not really possessive in terms of that. You can let go of tradition and move beyond that. And not to say that letting go of all tradition is a good thing, but if you can see that there's progress or advantage, you're not going to stay attached to something that is not working. Again, you are the idea sign of the zodiac. In the natural zodiac, Gemini is the third house, the sign that deals with all communications. And so quick thinking, and you have no problem multitasking. If you have ever worked with a Gemini, you can spot them so easily, right? Because they can juggle many things at one time. And this has to do with holding multiple ideas or thoughts in their head. A lot of times when you're visiting with your Gemini friends, you might get the feeling that, okay, they ask a question and before you've answered it, they've moved on to another question, right? It's the thought process. They're moving very quickly through those thoughts. Now, again, you really make friends easily. And the way that you can recognize Gemini too is that you can strike up a conversation with a Gemini anywhere, anytime, about any topic. They're really comfortable talking to you about any topic. And it may not even be a topic that they know a lot about, but they can hold their own in a conversation with you about it. Okay, so if you've ever wanted a travel companion, right, and somebody to have so much fun with, you will not go wrong choosing a Gemini. They will make your trip be so much fun, and even no matter what happens, it will still end up being something that you remember long after. One of the other things I've noticed about Gemini is they really stay youthful looking their whole life, well into later years. And the reason for this is curiosity. Because when you are curious, and Gemini is, when you are curious, this keeps you vibrant and youthful your whole life. So I think that is a beautiful thing about Gemini. Gemini's ruling planet is Mercury. And if you see one of the symbols I love of Mercury, of course, it's an older symbol, but it shows the wings on Mercury's head, their wings, and then And then he also has wings on his feet. And so there's no ground. He's just in the air, right? Remember, this is an air sign. He's just kind of suspended in the air, but he's flying through the air, right? So this tells us it's fast, right? These are thoughts, and our thoughts are very fast. Mercury was the messenger to the gods. And so Mercury, being the fastest moving planet, second to the sun, to the moon. The moon transits every 2.5 days. In Sanskrit, well, Mercury, first of all, rules over our comprehension, our ability to comprehend. And this deals with education. In Sanskrit, Mercury represents Buddha, which means intelligence. Now, many comedians will be Geminis or will have a very fast Mercury because they're very good at delivering information at just the right timing, right? Because you have a certain timing as a comedian. And one of the things, you're always a little ahead of everyone with your message. And so that timing piece is really important because you're delivering a message and then waiting for the audience's response, which is laughter, as a comedian would want, right? We see Mercury daily in our lives through TV, through radio, Twitter, tweeting, cell phones. It's just so much a part of our lives now. Technology in general, that would be Mercury's domain. And so, of course, this is a huge and vast domain. And Mercury spends about 1 month in each sign of the zodiac. So Gemini, you get to be each sign of the zodiac for a year. You know, you're a different sign. And you'll notice is that when the sun moves into the sign of Gemini, we get more information, or we become more interested in that, or it just seems to be more highlighted in our lives. Highlighted would be a perfect word for that, where information becomes highlighted. Mercury's rulership for Gemini makes you incredible teachers because you can deal with volumes of information and counseling. And so you're really good at really getting information quickly and then also delivering it quickly. Again, back to the news and delivering information very fast. You're really good at PR, public relations, and promoting other people. Geminis are also always good at math too. They're really good at numbers, anything that involves numbers. So for you and for all of us, actually, Gemini, Mercury goes retrograde 3 to 4 times a year. Now, everyone, even if they don't really follow astrology closely, they know about Mercury retrogrades. But so it's going to affect you more intensely because it is your ruling planet, and retrograde periods last about 3 weeks. And during those times, you have a chance to review, to reflect, to reassess. And one of the ways I describe Mercury retrograde is it's like you have a big puzzle and you're missing a vital piece, maybe the center of the puzzle even, right? And when Mercury goes retrograde, we have an opportunity to find that missing piece because it's really vital. Think about it. As a Gemini, you process so much information all year long and all the time because you're focused on the mental, on thinking. So you get a chance to slow down, to reassess, and to review and go back and find what that missing piece is. Now this year, Mercury retrogrades in all the air signs. And really, Gemini, I think this is your gift from the cosmos because Mercury has retrograded already in Aquarius. It's about to retrograde in Gemini, a sign it rules, and then it will retrograde in Libra. So these signs represent your 1st, your 5th, and your ninth houses. And these are the houses that are considered the lucky houses. So you are in for some really wonderful events and happenings. This Mercury retrograde is going to help you. It's going to help move you forward. So this is a very auspicious year for you, Gemini. And, you know, I think of you as the think tank of the zodiac. And Geminis don't take anything too seriously, not even themselves. And that's probably one of the fun that makes them be so much fun to be around and enjoy. So life is short, and probably Gemini, your motto would be life is short and let's keep things moving along. So I want to wish happy birthday to all my Gemini friends and to all the Geminis around the world. Happy birthday. Namaste.